Alright guys, welcome to the final of the bracket. If you watch the last game between Sola and Mad Bull, then my apologies. I actually thought that was already the final, but apparently it was only the semi-final. Now we're in the final, and the winner of this best of 3 is going to advance to the WCS Korea Challenger League. Currently to the bottom right, we have a Czech, a player for the Western Wolves. Just recently joined. He came from Casper's 8th team and then went to Western Wolves. And he's now in his first game here on Belchevest stage against Sola in the best of 3. Starting to the top left, we have the Protoss player. And this is going to be a really interesting match right now. Sola, in the first best of 3 that he played today, defeated Junie and then went on to take down Mad Bull. He's kind of known for his games that he played in the WCG Korea qualifier. And back then he defeated 2 really strong Zerg players. He took down not only Curious, but was also able to beat Solki. So especially in the matchup against Zerg, he seems to have the answer. And that's exactly what he needs to show right now if he wants to go to the individual league. For the time being, we have him with a gateway opening. Much more common these days. For a long time, especially of course in Wings of Liberty, we had the Forge opening into Expand. Naniwa was kind of famous for the quote, Forge, Expand or Die Trying. But coming into Heart of the Swarm with the Mothership Core, Protoss suddenly has a lot more options. Especially defensive options which allow them to go into Gateway first once again without leaving themselves too vulnerable against early attacks. Check, on the other hand, is already working towards that. He knows that if he plays on a map like Belchevest stage with a very, very fast expansion, that he is really vulnerable against cannon rushes. And that's why we see that drone currently here at the bottom left. He puts that drone to the bottom left, he just waits for his opponent's probe, because he knows that if he goes into pool, which makes him safe against the cannon rush, kinda, then he is falling a little bit behind if his opponent starts with gateway first. So his answer to this problem is he moves with a hatch first, a drone to the bottom left, to the natural, and makes sure that there's nothing happening. And he immediately, wow, look at that, this guy has balls. Double hatch before pool against an opening with gateway. And he's also going for the extractor. Holy check. That is crazy. That guy has the balls of steels and he is not afraid to put them on the table. Sora is a little bit, well, infamous for not scouting all that much in the early stages and just playing his style. He's sending the probe out right now, but this is actually like one of the scenarios that could really backfire for Check. If he gets away with it, on the other hand, then this is going to be crazy good. As a Zerg, if you go up against a gateway opening, usually you are very reluctant to put that third out there, because the problem that you might have is that there is a huge gateway aggression against the third that takes you down. If you overcommit as a Zerg player to the Harvester count, then suddenly you don't have enough to defend and you will lose your third. But with the situation that we have here right now, Check is suddenly in a spot where he knows exactly that if he gets away with that, he actually gets away with the Overlord as well. No! One hit point regenerated a little bit faster and he would have been fine here. But yeah, talking about the position here once again. The thing that you have with the triple hatch is that right at the beginning you're very, very vulnerable. But then you're in a very decent spot because you get a saturation from 3 mineral lines already, you have a decent harvester count, the lava mechanics are kicking in for you very, very fast. So if he can bridge that time, then suddenly he's in an amazing spot. And to be quite frank with you, losing an Overlord here is going to be annoying, but that buys him time, where Sora still doesn't know what's going on. Sora still has no idea. He has no clue what's going on here. And the longer that lasts, the better for Check. One Overlord, losing that, yeah, I don't think he's going to care about that too much if it means delaying his opponent's scout for another 20 seconds. Because right now, he has the resources to make that happen. It's annoying to fall behind in the Overlord count again and sacrifice the lava, but with an early third base, lava is not going to be an issue for him. He has the queens already, he has the speeds as well. And oh my god, this position, I mean, Check is really gambling a little bit in the early game, but Sora, notorious for not scouting, and just look at this. This is leaving Check in a great position. Sora has no idea. He just doesn't know. And he doesn't care. The Lings are moving in once again, just having a quick look here, but already at the bottom left. I mean, what can a single Stalker together with a Mothership Core here do? Opening is amazing for Check, and this is now roughly the time where his Harvester count and the Lava mechanics are really starting to kick in. He's building 5, he's going for the Roach Warren, and immediately nice micro here by the Zerg player, losing 2 of the Harvesters regardless, but trading against 1 Stalker, and that's definitely worth it. There was the chance, of course, for the Mothership Core to recall back, but he decided not to. He was already a little bit too late to the party as well. And now Check is trying to get his own third... Sora is trying to get his own third up. But Check has an opportunity to actually just go... I don't want to say all out, but to go really aggressive against this. And he's already scouting. He wants to know what's happening here. He will scout that third very, very soon. The +1 attack upgrade has been started. Sora, on the other hand, is also trying to get a few information here, moving into the main base. A lot of Overlords already built, so he could go for a massive amount of units here. Gets a couple of Roaches in the game. That's all that his gas is allowing him right now. But he has the fast attack, and he's already at a good Harvester count. The income, as you can see, is currently in favor of Check, and that is mainly thanks to him saturating 3 mineral lines instead of 2, so he gets the better income out of it. And of course, it's going to be very important for his gases as soon as he decides to take number 5 and number 6. We have, on the other hand, for Sora, also the tech into Twilight Council. So he's trying to not fall behind in any regard here, especially not tech-wise. The third base has kind of been spotted already. Check, I think, did not see the third just yet, but with the units posturing around, he kind of knows what's going on. There's only one reason for a Protoss player to have the units right over here, and that's to guard a third base. And that's exactly what's going on here. Creep spread could be a little bit up for Check. That's something that he might want to work at a bit more here, but he already has at least 1 forward at each base. Here comes the lair attack, already gone, and he could even just try to go for a massive amount of Mutalisks with the Spire build, which I kind of doubt is going to happen because he's taking his 3 gases very, very late. If he really wanted to play something like this and overwhelm his opponent with the numbers, he would have done so a lot faster, a lot earlier. He wants to go for the aggression here with the Roaches so far, moving in. The force field is good. Here come the Lings, here come the Roaches. The force fields are strong, but we have another trap already laid. The Lings are moving in, and Sora is starting to lose units, and he's losing gas-heavy units, trying to just recall back. He knows that he's in trouble. He's recalling and is recalling into the main base apparently, but now to the natural. Here comes the rest of the units. The Roaches already on their way into the natural, making everything happen that they can. A force field at the back is already trapping them, but so many units already lost, and Sora is dropping down to 70 supply. Check on the other hand on 100, and he is throwing more units into the battle. We have him with a 4th base building and a Spire transition happening for him as well. Sora in this fight lost 13 Harvesters. He lost also a lot of army units and finds himself now with only 30 army supply against 33, and Check, with the lava mechanics that he has and a really strong economy, can always just put out a couple of additional units. Looking at the bottom left, the 4th base is going up, and he could just go for a massive amount of Mutalisk if he wanted to. He has 6 geysers already. He's going to take another 2. I still doubt that he's going to commit to a massive Mutalisk switch right away, but he has the option to do it. But he's even getting now a macro hatch in the main base, so he's sticking it out with the ground for now. We have him with a Zerg +1 attack upgrade for melee. He could just go for a couple of Corruptors if he wanted to against potential Colossi play, and Sora is trying to stick with his guns. What we already saw against Mad Bull might work against Check as well. He's going here straight for the Dark Shrine, wants to make that happen. And looking to the left side of the map, Sora finds that base and he's moving in. Is Check in a position to actually save this third? It doesn't look like it. Is moving in from every angle that he has, but the recall will be imminent. Here come those Zerglings. They're going to town. The rest of the army already moving in. A blink to the front is saving the Stalkers for the time being. And here comes the recall. He loses 3 Stalkers in the process. From a resource point of view, definitely better for Check, but thinking about all the mining time lost since he has to rebuild that hatch, it's a different story. Looking at the army supply on the other hand, 74 against only 40. Here come those 11 Mutalisks. He's making that switch a little bit later, but he's making it. He wants to make this happen, and with a 4th base he could have just overwhelmed Sora without a problem at all, but now suddenly with that massive snipe, we have a 3 base against 3 base economy. Sora is looking good here. He currently has the +1 attack upgrade, the +2 just finished, and and Check is falling behind in the upgrades. That snipe on the 4th was so important, and this is where a better creep spread would have helped him a little bit as well. If he had that creep already up here, maybe a little bit more even, he would have seen what was coming and could have reacted a little bit faster. And now it is time for the DTs to shine. They are moving in. Is there enough detection? It really doesn't look like it. Top right, we have the units moving in once again. The Mutalisks that were trying to attack the main base are already thrown back. Sora is looking strong here once again. The DTs, these are the exterminators. Someone called for the Ghostbusters, and Sora, he is busting everything inside, taking these units down. Harvesters killed, only 15 by Check. He killed only 2 more with the last attack with the Mutalisks. The Mutas, they had to move back. 24 Harvesters killed already by Sora, and suddenly the army and the worker supply is looking very different. Here we go, once again, both of them with similar numbers, but those overlords have no business in the middle of the map, and they are being punished for being there. A wrong waypoint for Check might end this game in favor of his opponent. So many units already going down. He's trying to muscle his way through. All of the Mutalisks are being focused by the Stalkers. The numbers are just too good for Sora. 28. He's blinking forward. He has the +2 attack upgrade. And now we have Sora moving in for the kill. Check was in a great spot after his opening. An amazing one. But Sora with a good decision making with the unit control. GG! And Check goes down in game number 1. And Sora takes the lead in the best of 3 series.